Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1978 New York Yankees baseball. This is game one of a three-game series against the Kansas City Royals here on May 1st, the first day of May. We gotten through month number one, and the Kansas City Royals traveled to New York to take on the Yankees. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for KC. Leading off playing center field, Willie Wilson. Batting second, playing left field, Tom Paquette. Batting third, doing the DH, Hal McRae. Batting fourth, playing right field, Al Cohens. Batting fifth, batting sixth, playing first base, Clint Hurdle. Batting seventh and playing third base, Jerry Terrell. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, is Freddie Patek. And batting ninth and on second base is Frank White. And on the mound for the KC Royals is Paul SPLITTORFF. Let's take a look now at the New York Yankees starting lineup. We got leading off playing center field, Mickey Rivers. Batting second, playing second is Willie Randolph. Batting third, doing the catching, Thurman Munson. Batting fourth, playing right field, Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth, playing left field, Lou Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base, Chris Chambliss. Batting seventh, playing third base is Greg Nettles. Batting eighth, doing the DH is Cliff Johnson. Batting ninth and playing shortstop is Bucky Dent. And let's get this game started, folks, here at Yankee Stadium. Alrighty, we got Willie Wilson leading off here for KC. He's batting .250 with 1 homer and 5 RBIs, going up against Jim Beattie. This is his second appearance. He's 0-1. He's pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs. Let's see what happens here in Yankee Stadium for game number 1. Here's the pitch to Wilson, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Chambliss at first. He's going to take it himself, step on the bag, and that'll be out number 1. Up next is Tom Paquette. Paquette batting .267. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be against a righty. Going to make him a 9, 9, and a 9. And that's going to be a fly ball in the shallow left field. Matter of fact, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sorry about that. Old Jim's got the Y. So he strikes out Tom. And that brings up Hal McRae now. McRae's batting .295. He's got 2 homers and 12 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Greg Nettles. And that'll end the inning. Kansas City, nothing. The Yankees coming to bat. We'll have Rivers, Randolph, and Munson due up here. Mickey's batting .244. He's got a homer and 12 RBIs. And this is Paul's 6th game of the year. He's 5-0 with a 1.47 ERA. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Rivers strikes out for out number 1. And that brings up Willie Randolph now. And Willie's batting .347 with a homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be against the 16. That's going to be an infield hit. So Willie gets aboard here with a base hit. Down the third is Aaron Reed joins us here. And that'll bring up Thurman Munson now. And Willie's going to take off for second here. It'll be a 31. And that'll be a 61 or lower. He's in there safely with a stolen base. And Willie's down at second with 1 out. And what the heck? So Randolph down at second with 1 out for Munson. And that's his 8th stolen base of the year. Can Munson drive him in scoring position? We're going to make a change here to the stadium. Bear with me 1 minute here. We'll make a few changes while we're out here. First, we'll do the stadium, move the second baseman and the shortstop around a little bit. Go to the ballpark here. Yankee Stadium. And what are they calling it here? New York, it'll be this one here. That looks like Yankee Stadium to me. And it is. So move the second baseman about there. Move the shortstop about there. And one other thing I want to do is change this font size here, so I don't have to keep doing this every game. Want the play-by-play large. Okay. Hopefully it remembers that. It seems like every game it's setting it back to medium. And let's get back to the game here now. With Willie down at second and Munson up the bat. Sorry about the housekeeping here. Get this done. Won't have to do it again. All righty, we're back to the stadium now. With, like I say, Randolph down at second and Munson at the bat. Batting .329, 2 homers and 12 RBIs. Can he get number 13 here, folks? And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Willie Wilson's out there. He'll make the catch. But can Randolph tag and get down to third is the question. And it'll be a 27. He's going to stay put. So that's 2 outs. And a runner down at second. That'll bring up Reggie Jackson. Can Reggie deliver here? Reggie is batting .361. He's got 10 homers already on the year and 23 RBIs. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a hit by pitch. And they hit Jackson, and the Yankees ain't happy with that. Jackson down at first. Kansas City hits Reggie to start this game off. This could escalate into some fireworks, folks. Let's see if Jim Beattie's going to retaliate for hitting Jackson later in this game. So now we got first and second, 2 outs, and Lou Piniella up. Lou's batting .283. He's got 2 homers and 9 RBIs. Can he drive in some runners here and put the Yankees on the board? And no, it's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Freddie will go over to Frank for out number 3. The Yankees strand 2. We get to the top of the 6th with no score. Al Cowens, Porter, and Clint Hurdle due up here for Kansas City. And Al's batting .276. He's got 4 homers already this year and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Reggie's got that for out number 1. And that brings up Darryl Porter. And Porter's batting .231 with a homer and 4 RBIs also. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's going to be Jim's second strikeout of the game. 2 down here. That brings up Jerry Terrell. And Terrell is batting. Going to bring up Clint Hurdle. All righty. I guess got him out of order here. What the heck happened there? Guess 2 cards stuck together. So Clint is up, batting .264, a homer, 5 RBIs. And that's going to be against righty, an 8 and an 8, right? Yep, an 8 and an 8. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. And Clint's aboard here with 2 outs. And now we got Jerry Terrell up with 2 outs and a runner down at first. Jerry's 0 for 10, looking for his first hit of the year, folks. And that's probably going to be it. That'll be a 12 and 11. And yep, that's going to be a single in the right field. And I don't know if Clint's going to be able to make it down the third. He doesn't have very good speed. Reggie's got a good arm out there. So 50. 24. 24. 46. He's going to stay put, folks. Not going to try to get thrown out going to third. So we're going to have first and second and 2 outs. And that'll bring up Freddie Patek. See what Freddie can do here with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position and a runner down at first. And Freddie is batting .267, no homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. All of a sudden, Jim can't get the last out here this inning. That brings up Frank White with the bases juiced. 2 outs. Can he get Frank? Frank's batting .333, no homers and 2 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out and gets out of the mess, folks. Kansas City leaves the bases juiced. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still no score. And we got Chambliss, Nettles, and Johnson due up here in the bottom of the second. Chris is batting .320. He's got 2 homers and 11 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 15. That'll be a fly ball in the right field. Nice catch out there by Al. That'll be out number 1. So Chambliss is out of there, and up steps Greg Nettles now. And Nettles is batting .271 on the year with 3 homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of home plate. And that's going to be a nice play by Porter. He's going to pick it up, fire down the first, and that'll make 2 outs. So some nice defense out there by Kansas City this inning. It's taken away 2 nice hits away from the Yanks. That brings up Cliff Johnson. He's only batting $146 on the year with 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And that'll be a fly ball out the right field, and that'll end the inning. Yankees go down in order. To the top of the third we go, and at the top of the order due up here for KC, Wilson, Pawtucket, and McGraw. And Wilson is batting 0 for 1 today. He's grounded out to first, and that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Rivers, his counterpart, makes the catch for out number 1. Tom Poquet's up now. See what Tom is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jackson in right field. 2 up and 2 down. And it's up to Hal McRae. Keep this inning going. McRae grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Jim's got it. He fires over to first, and the Kansas City goes down 1, 2, 3. We got Dent, then the top of the order, and Rivers and Randolph. Bucky's batting .314 with a homer and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Terrell's up with it. He fires over the first. And that'll be out number 1. Mickey Rivers is up now. And Mick started this game off with a strikeout his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart at second. Frank White's up with it. And that's 2 outs. Here comes Willie Randolph now. Willie, he singled and stole second. First time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 11, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And Willie's aboard again here. And again, Willie's going to take off. Try to make it down there to second. I think it's a 61 or lower. It'll be a 31. Yeah, 61 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there with a second stolen base of the game, folks. Willie's off and running today. So again, he's in scoring position for Thurman Munson, this time with 2 outs, though. Can Munson get a 2-out base hit? He flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. He'll fire over to Paul covering, and that'll be out number 3. And again, the Yankees strand a runner in scoring position. We go to the top of the 4th, still no score. Al Cowens, Porter, and Clint Hurdle due up here. Al, he's 0 for 1. He flew out the right his first time up to his counterpart. And this time that's going to be a grounder back to Jim. Jim fires over to Chris for out number 1. And Darryl Porter's up now. Porter struck out his first time up. Just the pitch for Darryl. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want on a tie ball game. Make them earn their way on. Clint Hurdle will step up to the plate now with a go-ahead run at first. And 1 out. Clint singled his first time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. And all of a sudden, Jim's walking himself into a mess here, folks. First and second now and 1 out. And neither one of them's hit their way on. So we got Porter down at second. Clint down at first. Not much speed on the pads. And Jerry Terrell up. See if they can get a ground ball double play. He singled his first time up. And that's a ground ball down the short. Can the Yankees turn 2? Bucky's up with it. Nice play down there by Bucky. That'll be a tailor-made 6-4-3 double play, and the Yankees get out of that inning with nobody scoring. The walks don't bite him in the butt this time. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still looking for our first run of the game. We got Jackson, Piniella, and Chambliss due up here for the Yankees. Reggie got hit by a pitch his first time. Let's see if he can make him pay for it. And nope, that's a swing and a miss. Strikes him out. 1 down here in the 4th. That brings up Lou Piniella now. Lou reached on the fielder's choice the first time up. That's going to be a grounder down to Frank White. He's up with it. Fires over to Clint at first. 2 up and 2 down for the Yankees. So it's up to Chris Chambliss to get something going here. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 15. And that's going to be an infield hit. Chris Chambliss legs out 1, folks. A slow roller down the 3rd. No play for Jerry. Now Nettles is up. And see if Nettles can keep this 2-out rally going here. Chambliss down at first. And Gray grounded out to the catcher his first time up. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Can Nettles drive this 2-0 pitch in there? And no, that's going to be another ground ball. This one down the first. Let's see, that might be a base hit with holding Chambliss on here. A 55 and a 2. That might be a base hit. Give me a second here. And that'll be a fielding column 3. and holding the runner on. That will be a single in the right field. So a single in the right field, and we got first and second. The Yankees making some noise here, folks. Cliff Johnson's up now. Can he Cliff deliver here? First and second and 2 outs in a nothing game. Johnson flew out to right his first time up. And that's a swing and a miss. Paul gets out of it. The Yankees strand too. To the top of the 5th we go. Still no score. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for KC. You got Freddie Patuk and Frank Whiten back to the top of the order, and Wilson. And Freddie walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rivers in center field for out number 1. That brings up Frank White now. And Frank struck out his first time up. If I remember right, that was with the bases loaded. And that's going to be a grounder down the nettles. He throws across the diamond for out number 2. Back to the top of the order we go, and Willie Wilson. And Wilson's 0 for 2, grounded out to first and flew out to center. And that's going to be another grounder down to first. Chambliss has got it, and that'll be out number 3. KC goes down in order. As you look at the Yankees' upcoming schedule, now we look at the current hitting streaks by the Yankees. Piniella with a 4-game hitting streak, Bucky 3 games, Chambliss and Jackson, and Munson with 2. We got Dent, Rivers, and Randolph due up here in the 5th. Bucky grounded out the 3rd his first time up. And he hits another grounder down the 3rd and another out. And back to the top of the order we go in Rivers. See if Mick can get something going here. He struck out and grounded out the 2nd. And that's going to be a ground ball again down the 3rd. Might want to hit it somewhere else. Willie's been on base 2 times today, folks, and stolen 2 bases. He's the one figured all Paul out of the 4 hits. Willie's got 2 of them. And this will be the first time to get him out. And Terrell's going to set a record made by many. All 3 ground balls to him, all 3 outs. To the 6th inning we go, and still no score. We got Tom Poquette, Al McRae, and Al Collins due up here. Tom is 0 for 2, struck out and flew out to right. And that's going to be a grounder down the nettles. That's 4 ground balls down the 3rd in a row. 3 by the Yankees, 1 by Kansas City. Brings up Hal McRae. And McRae's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the 3rd and to the pitcher. And he gets a hold of this one, drives that one into the gap in right field. McRae, with the first extra base hit of this game, is in scoring position for Kansas City with 1 out. Brings up Al Collins now. And the Yankees keep this game tied up at 2 apiece. Al's 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And the Jim, a 16 or 15 might be still fielding column number 2. Yep, that's fielding column number 2. And the runner's going to get down the 3rd. His only plays over to 1st. He doesn't look him back. So now the go-ahead runs 90 feet away, but there's 2 outs for Darrell Porter. Porter is 0 for 1. He struck out and walked. Here's the pitch to Darrell. And that's going to be a 36. A wild pitch with a P3. And that's a wild pitch, folks. A wild pitch springs in the run. And it is 1-0. Kansas City. Couldn't keep the runner down in second. That was costly. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Porter. And that'll end the inning. A ground ball down the 3rd. Kansas City gets a run in here and takes a 1-0 lead. To the bottom of the 6th we go. We got Munson, Jackson, and Piniella due up here. Can they get that run back? Thurman is 0 for 2, flew out the center and grounded out the 1st. And that ball is well hit. Munson squares this one up, folks. And that ball is driven into right field. Munson's aboard here with the leadoff single. Al gets over there quickly, cuts it off, holds Munson to a single. Jackson's up now, one swing and a bat here, and Reggie can put the Yankees in the lead. Nobody out. He's been hit by a pitch, and he has struck out. See if Reggie can do something. Nobody out here. That's what they're paying for. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, his second strikeout of the game. So it's up to Piniella now. And Lou deliver here with one out. He's reached on the fielder's choice and grounded out to second. And that ball is well hit. Munson with decent speed down at first. And that ball is driven into right field. Al Collins has got one hell of an arm out there. So let's see if Mr. Munson can score. I don't think he's going to try. No, he's going to stop at third. So it's going to be second and third and one out here for Chris Chambliss. So the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. Kansas City will play for an out here. Up by one. They'll succeed the run. Chris is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Can he do it again here, folks? And that might be a base hit, a 7 against a 15. And yeah, that is going to be a base hit in the left center field. That's way out there. That's around the 420 mark. That might score both runners, folks. 57. Piniella doesn't have great speed. Let's see here. It'll be Wilson going to throw this one in. So that's a 57 minus a 34 plus a 5. So a 28. That will be a 54 or lower. They're sending Lou a 54 or lower, and the Yankees take the lead here, folks. And he's in there. So a 2 RBI single by Chambliss gives the Yankees the lead. It's 2-1. And Paul all of a sudden can't get through this 6th inning. So both teams have scored here in the 6th. Now we got a runner down at first and one out. Yankees up by 1. And we got Greg Nettles up here now. Greg is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up and grounded out to the catcher. And that's going to be against a 22. That's going to be popped up on the infield. He's calling for it. And Freddie down at short's going to call for it out in shallow left field for out number 2. That brings up Cliff Johnson. Can Cliff deliver here, folks? He's 0 for 2. He has flew out and struck out. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Frank White. Frank goes over to first. That ended the inning, but the Yankees scored 2 on the Chambliss 2 RBI single and take a 2-1 lead into the top of the 7th. And we got Hurdle, Terrell, and Paul Tech up here. And Clint is 1 for 1. He singled and walked. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be against a righty. That's going to be a single in the left field. So a leadoff batter aboard, not what you want to see if you're a Yankee fan. Up by 1. Can the Yankees turn 2 here? And Gary Terrell's up. He singled and he grounded into the old 6-4-3 double play his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can he go around the horn and get it, folks? Chambliss is a 5. That is a 65. That's going to be fielding column 3, so they're not getting a double play. And the only play Nettles has got is over to first. So the runner will go down the second in scoring position with 1 out. And Freddie's up here. He's 0 for 1. He has flown out the center and walked. And that's not what we wanted to see here against the righty. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Clint with his speed's going to stop at third. So now we got first and third and only one out. They're going to let Jim try to get through this here. They're going to bring the infield in, try to hold it here. First and third, one out. Frank's got decent speed. Freddie's got decent speed. Frank's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that's going to bring Wilson up. And that's probably going to be it for Beattie. So he walks, the bases loaded here. See who's going to come out here and pitch. We might bring the Goose out now. No, he's not going to like setting it up for Sparky, and then let Sparky try to close this game out. That's what we're going to do. See if Goose can get the out here. Or do we? Let's see. Or do we bring Sparky in? We're going to bring Sparky in because after Wilson, we'll keep Wilson batting from the, we'll make Wilson bat from the right side. And then you got another lefty coming up after that. So Sparky will come in here, the 7th inning. So Jim can't get through this 7th. Probably should have brought Sparky out to start the inning. Looking back here, but Sparky's coming in now. And again, bases are juice, nowhere to put them. They're going to bring the infield in, try to get the play at the plate and maybe a double play down at first. Wilson with good speed, it's going to be hard to double him up. He has grounded out the first twice and flew out the center. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field and lose out there. And that's going to be a 47. So that's going to be a 27. See if Clint can score here. 27, a 53 or lower. This ball game's tied. Clint's tagging up. Here's the throw from Lou. And what did I say? A 27, right? And a 53, a 51. He's barely safe, folks. Close play, but he's in there. And this is a tie ball game. And Freddie stays down at second. Now there's 2 outs. First and second. We got us a tie ball game. And we got Quet up. Do they go to the bench here with the lefty out there? And they are. Amos Otis is grabbing a bat. Amos Otis is coming off the bench. And he's going to bat for Tom. Amos is batting .293 on the year. He's got 1 homer and 4 RBIs. Can Sparky get out of this mess with only giving up 1 run? And that's going to be a base. Nope, that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 count to him. And he comes back and strikes Amos out. Nice piece of pitching by Sparky. He battled back from that 2-0 count and got his man. But Kansas City scores 1 and ties this game up. We go to the 7th inning stretch. We got Dent, Rivers, and Randolph due up here. Paul's on the mound, and we need a new left fielder, and Amos will stay in the game and play left. Let's see here. He'll play center, and we'll move Wilson over to left, I guess. Okay. And we got Bucky, Dent, Rivers, and Randolph. Can they make some noise here in the bottom of the seventh? Game tied up. Bucky has grounded out the third twice. And not this time, folks. Against the lefty, 15 and a 8. And that's going to be a fly ball. Al makes the catch out there in right field for out number 1. And now we're back to the top of the order, and Mickey Rivers. Mickey is 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out the second and the third. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Paul's got it. He fires over to first. And that'll be 2 down. Up steps Willie Randolph. Willie's been on board twice today and stolen 2 bases. He's 2 for 3. Grounded out the third his other time up. And that's another ground ball down the third. The Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the top of the 8th we go. We got McCray due up, followed by Al Cowens and Darrell Porter. And Hal is 1 for 3 with a double and scored one of the 2 runs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Bucky's up with it. He fires over to first. And that'll be out number 1. Al Cowens is up now. And Al is 0 for 3. He is grounded out to the mound twice, then flew out the right. And that's going to be against a righty, a lefty rather, a 7. And that's going to be a infield hit by Al. So the go-ahead run is down at first. Darrell Porter's up now. Let's see what Porter can do here. Yankees looking to turn 2 with the catcher up. He's 0 for 2. He struck out, walked, and grounded out the third. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll make him an 18. 18, that'll be a ground ball back to the mound. And on a 63, I'll probably be fielding column number 3. Yep, just barely. So that'll be a only plays over to first for Sparky. So the go-ahead run gets down to second with 2 outs. And Clint Hurdle's up here now. Clint is 2 for 2 with a walk. Came around the score. So can they finally get Clint out here, folks? As we drop 2 dice, not 1, but 2. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. They strike him out. And the Yankees get out of it with nobody scoring. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And that's going to be it for Paul. You got the righty and then 2 lefties due up here. See who's going to come out here and pitch. Righty and 2 lefties. So do we go with the lefty or the righty out of the bullpen? That is the question. I think we're going to go with the righty, though. Got a righty and then a lefty and then another righty.
Mingwari.
Let's see here. Put all the righties together and all the lefties together. Let's see here. You got the Bird. He hasn't pitched in a while. Let's see here. Who else they got? So it looks like it's going to be Doug Bird coming out of the bullpen here. The Bird's the word. Can the Bird keep this game tied up? That is the question. He'll be facing Munson Jackson. Missing a second baseman. Oh, well, that's because I don't want him batting. Don't want him batting. I just want him pitching. And we'll do this again. Sorry about that, folks. Didn't want him batting. I'm so used to we don't need no stinking DH, but we got one this game. This will be Bird's third appearance, I believe. Yep, he doesn't have a record. He's pitched 1 2/3 innings and given up 2 runs. Here comes Thurman to the plate. He's 1 for 3. He has flown out, grounded out, singled, and came around the score his last time up. And that ball is going to be hit down to, I think, second base. No, down the third. That ball is hit down the third. And that's going to be an E5. Terrell messes that one up. He holds on to it, doesn't compound it by throwing it away. Puts the go-ahead run at first, and Reggie Jackson at the plate. So right away, his defense is letting him down as the Bird's on the mound. Reggie is 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and struck out twice, yet to put the ball in play. And he does this time, but that's a fly ball out the right field. Cowens makes the catch for out number 1. So it's up to Lou Pinella again. And Lou is 1 for 3 with a double and came around the score. He's reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out the second his other 2 times up. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And the Bird is going to fire down the second and get Munson. So it'll be 2 outs now. Lou's down at first. It's up to Chris Chambliss here. Chambliss has delivered before with a 2-run RBI single. He's 2 for 3. He singled twice. Can he come through again here, folks? Not this time. That's going to be popped up back near the screen. Porter takes the mask off, makes the catch. The Yankees strand 1. To the 9th inning we go. And they got Terrell, Patek, and White due up here, the bottom part of the order. They're going to try to get Sparky through this 9th inning. Terrell is 1 for 3. He has singled and grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Chambliss calls off Sparky, takes it himself for out number 1. And Freddie's up now. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Flew out to center his other time up. And that's going to be a fly ball, this one out to Jackson. And that'll be out number 2. And Frank White steps up to the plate. And Frank is batting 0 for 2 today. He is struck out, grounded out, and walked. And that's going to be a fly ball again out to Jackson. Kansas City goes down in order. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Can the Yankees end this game in regulation? Say we don't want no stinking extras. Nettles is 1 for 3. He is grounded out to the catcher. He singled and popped up the short. And that's going to be hit down the short. And Freddie Patek's going to make an error on that one. So again, the Yankees get the leadoff batter aboard with an error. And that's going to be it for Johnson. He's coming out of the game. That's going to bring up Jim Spencer. Spencer comes out of the dugout. The pitch hit for Cliff. Let's see if Kansas City counters and brings in the lefty here, folks. Jim Spencer comes out. And let's see, are they going to bring the lefty out of the bullpen? You got Spencer followed by Dent, and then Rivers.
Mingwari.
And I think that's what they're going to do. Yep, Mingwari's going to come out of the bullpen here. So out of the pen comes Mingwari. Yeah, let's make sure he's not tired or nothing. First time Kansas City's been played by me, so I don't know what they've done to the bullpen, and he is tired. Yeah, he's pitched 3 days in a row, so he's not coming out of the bullpen. So if he's not coming out of the bullpen, the only other left that they got is the Mad Hungarian. They're not going to use him yet. So Bird's going to stay in and pitch. It's no use making a pitching change. He's not pitched that bad. So glad I looked. He just pitched 3 games in a row, Steve has. So up to the plate steps Jim Spencer, runner down at first. Nobody out. Can Spencer be the hero? He's batting .269 on the year. He's got 1 homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Let's see here. 44-2 with Holden Nettles on. Can he sneak this one through? 44-2. That might be fielding column number 3. And it is, folks. And that's a single in the right field. That one gets past Clint since he was holding Jim Nettles on. So that's a CNI single. Nice job by Spencer. He turns on that one. Gets it past Clint. Clint made a diving attempt, but it made it in the right field. Now we got the go-ahead run down at second base. Bucky Dent up. So Dent's at the plate now. Nobody out. And that is going to be it for the Bird. The Bird's the word. And let's see, they are going to bring a righty out of the bullpen. And it's going to be, again, we better check before I say it. See who's available here that ain't tired. Let's see here. So looks like it's going to be Marty Patton's coming out of the bullpen. And then he comes with first and second and nobody out. And Bucky Dent at the plate here. This is Marty's 6th appearance of the season. He's got 1 save, pitched 5 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run. Can the Yankees add 1 to it? Well, of course, the 1 run won't be charged to him. Bucky is 0 for 3. He's grounded out the third twice and flew out the right. And that's not what the Yankees wanted to see here. That ball is hit down to Frank White. That'll be thrown over the short, over to first. 4-6-3 double play. Nettles makes it down to third. But now there's 2 outs, and it's up to Mickey Rivers here. Can Mickey be the hero? He is 0 for 4, so he is due. He has struck out, grounded out 3 times, once to second, third, and first. Can Mickey get a base hit here and be the hero? And that's not going to happen. That is going to be a infield fly down the, let's see here, 55 with the infield. And that'll be down the first base. Clinton makes the catch. To end this inning, the Yankees strand a runner at third, and we're going to extra innings, folks. We got the top of the order due up, and that's going to be it for Sparky. See who's going to come out of the pen here. We got the switchy, a righty, and a righty. So the Goose is coming out. They're going to bring out the Goose. Since they're their home team, he can't get a save in this no matter what. So the Goose will come out and try to keep this a 2-2 ball game and give the Yankees a chance in the bottom of the 10th to win it. Extra extras, read all about it. So you got the top of the order, Wilson, Otis, who came in and pitched hit, and Hal McRae. And Willie's 0 for 3. He does have an RBI sacrifice fly. He's grounded out to first twice and flew out the center field. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the Goose. He's up with it. He fires over to first for out number 1. Here comes the Amos Otis. And he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. Let's see, that might be a swing and a miss. He's got that K factor. I keep forgetting about that K. Nope, that'll be a fly ball out to center field for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down. Now McRae up now. And McRae is 1 for 4 with a double. He's grounded out the third. Back to the mound and short. And that'll be a fly ball out to Jackson. And that'll be 1, 2, 3, 10th. To the bottom of the 10th we go. Randolph, Munson, and Jackson due up here against Marty. Willie is 2 for 4 with 2 stolen bases, and he's grounded out the third twice. So he likes 2s, 2 singles, 2 stolen bases, and 2 grounders the third. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. 45 on an 8. And that's going to be a nice play by Darrell. He pounces on it, throws down the first to get Willie. So now there's 1 out and nobody on. For the captain, he's 1 for 4. He has got a single. He's flown out the center, grounded out to first, and reached on an error. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And here comes Mr. Jackson. This is what George is paying him for. He's 0 for 3 today, though. He struck out twice, flew out the right, and been hit by a pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And the Yankees go down in order. And to the top of the 11th we go. Still tied up at 2 apiece. Cowens, Porter, and Hurdle due up here in the 11th against the Goose. Al is 1 for 4. He has flew out, grounded out to the pitcher twice, and singled his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. So the Goose has just walked the go-ahead run down at first. Daryl Porter's up. Can they get the ground ball double play here? Daryl's 0 for 3. He's walked, struck out, grounded out the third and to the mound. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And that's going to be the old 3-6-3 double play. Nice play by Chambliss grabbing that one. Turning quickly, firing down the second. And that gets the Yankees out of the mess so far. Now there's nobody on. And 2 outs for Clint Hurdle. Clint's 2 for 3. He's walked and struck out his other time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. That's a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. So we go to the bottom of the 11th, still tied up at 2 apiece. Oh, it sure is, Aaron. We got Piniella, Chambliss, and Nettles due up here. And let's see, how many innings is that for Marty? 2. We might have to take him out. Is he getting tired yet? Let's take a look here. We'll take a look here. See if Marty's getting tired. He's a Q2. No, he's going to pitch this last inning here. This will be his last inning one way or the other. One way or another. Going to get you. So here's Sweet Lou, 1 for 4 with a double. Can he get this inning started off good for the Yanks? And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Frank White's up with it for out number 1. Up steps Chris Chambliss to the plate now. And Chris is 2 for 4 with the both RBIs. Can he get number 3 here and end this game as we drop one of the dice? And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to make him a 12 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit. And left field, Chambliss goes the other way. And the winning run is down at first. And Greg Nettles is up to bat here, folks. And Nettles is 1 for 4. He has singled, reached on an error, grounded out the catcher, and popped up the short. Can he deliver here? Chambliss down at first. And that's not good. That's a ground ball down to Freddie. He's up with it over to Frank Wright. Over to Clint, 4-6-3, 6-4-3 double play. And that is it for the Yanks. So we go to the 12th inning here. This will be Goose's last inning. We got Terrell, Tuck, and White due up the bottom part of the order. Jerry is 1 for 4. He is singled, grounded into a double play, and grounded the third and first. And that's going to be against a righty. That'll make him a 23 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And nice play by Goose. He fires over to Chris for out number 1. Freddie's at the plate now. And Freddie is 1 for 3. He's walked, flew out to center and right. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Kansas City gets the go-ahead run down at first for Frank White. And the Yankees turn the double play here. Seems to be the thing of the day. George Brett's not on the roster right now, Aaron. Yeah. So Frank is 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out the third, and flew out the right. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. So 2 down now. Go ahead and run still at first for Willie Wilson. And Willie's 0 for 4. He does have a sacrifice fly. He's grounded out to the first twice to the pitcher and flew out the center. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. And HB0. He hits him. The Goose hits him, puts the go-ahead run down at second, folks. Don't think that was on purpose, but they're thinking that's retaliation for the Reggie Jackson. I don't think in this situation you're hitting him. And bringing up Amos Otis with the go-ahead run down at second. Otis is 0 for 2. He struck out and flew out the center. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. See here with 2 outs. I don't think he's thrown down the second. Doesn't say nothing. So he throws that ball down the second, and that'll end the inning, folks. So we go to the bottom of the 12th, still tied up at 2 apiece. And we got Spencer, Dent, and Rivers. And that's going to be it for Marty. See who they're going to bring out of the bullpen here. And I think it's going to have to be the Mad Hungarian. I think that's about all they got left. Let's see here. Yep, it's going to be the Mad Hungarian. Al Herbowski's coming out of the bullpen, folks. He'll be facing Spencer, Dent, and Rivers here. Can Jim get on base? He singled his first time up coming in the pitch hit. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. This is Al's 8th appearance. He's got 1 win, 1 loss, 2 saves. And he gets the first out here in the bottom of the 12th. Brings up Bucky Dent now. And Bucky get aboard here with 1 out. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And the Mad Hungarian, let's see here, 33 on a 1. Not a very good. That's going to be fielding column 3. That's going to be a 1-base error. He muffs the ball, doesn't throw it away. So Dent's down at first now. Let's see a G. When can he still? With 2 outs and behind by 1. So he can't steal yet. That'll bring up Mickey Rivers now. Can Mick do something with Bucky down at first? Mickey is 0 for 5 to say the least. He is due. And he is due, folks. He squares this one up. A double might score Bucky from first. And double my ass, he says. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone, folks. Mickey Rivers turns on that one, hits that down the 290 post down in left field. And the Yankees walk it off with Rivers' 2nd home run of the year. How about that? He says, double my ass. Home run, baby. And the Yankees win 4-2. Take a look. What a ball game here to start this series. The Man Hungarian comes in and gives up the gopher ball. Let's see what the Star's about here. Walk-off win for the Yanks. The Royals, 2 runs on 6 hits and 3 errors. Errors killed him. That was an unearned run that came, one of them that came across. Yankees, 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Clint Hurdle was the only Kansas City player with 2 hits. KC was 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 men on base. You had Willie Randolph was 2 for 5. And Chris Chambliss was 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. And then the big home run by the Mick. He was 1 for 6, 0 for 5 coming into that plate appearance, folks, but all is forgotten. Yankees were only 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 8 men on base. Paul goes 7 innings, gets a no decision, pitched a great game, 7 hits, 2 runs, struck out 4. The Bird came in, pitched an inning, 1 hit. Marty Patton come in, 3 innings, 1 hit ball. And the Mad Hungarian picks up his second loss, pitches a third of an inning, gives up 1 hit, gives up 2 runs, only 1 of them earned, and the home run to Mickey Rivers. And he might be known as Mickey effing Rivers in KC. And Beattie pitched 6 1/3, 5 hit, 2 runs, 4 walks, struck out 3 for a no decision. Sparky Lau comes in, pitches 2 2/3, gives up a hit, struck out 2. The Goose comes in, pitches 3 innings, gets the first win of the year for him, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. And let's fast play some American League games here. We got the Orioles traveling up, I-90, I-95 to take on the Red Sox as I'm cracking up. That's the only other American League game. And the Red Sox beat up on the Orioles. Orioles 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. And the Red Sox 8 runs, 11 hits, and 3 errors. Freddie Lynn goes 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Take a look here at the standings. And the Yankees are still a game and a half up on the Red Sox. And the Twins are now 5 games up on the White Sox. Kansas City falls back to 6 games back. You got Ralph Garr leading the American League with a .380 batting average. Reggie with his 10 homers and 23 RBIs leading the American League. And you got Louis Tiant with a .5 ERA. Paul still has 5 wins on the year. Couldn't pick up his 6th. The Goose still has 5 saves on the year. And Reggie leading in the MVP voting. And Paul's leading in the Cy Young. I want to thank Aaron Reed for stopping by. And check out Aaron Reed's channel, folks. He's starting to do some action PC baseball on his channel. Check that out. He's hoping to do some Field of Dreams when we start season 3 up. So be on the lookout for that. And until next time, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment about this game and this replay. Oh, not a problem, bud. I'll help you out. So until then, you all have a great evening and take care.